Hello and welcome to Only Connect, the quiz that pursues mental excellence like James Bond after a bad guy in the opening sequence of, well, take your pick. My favourite's the one where Roger Moore jumps over a cliff using a parachute with a vast Union flag on it, thus failing to grasp the basic principles of espionage. Anyway, I'm about to blow any plans our teams might have for covert missions by introducing them to the nation. They are, on my right, Michael Reeve, a business analyst with an interest in architectural photography, who has ridden both species of camel in their respective countries of origin. Suda Pereira, a university research fellow with a PhD in international conflict analysis, who's learning to play the ukulele. And their captain, Chris Clough, a philosophy graduate and keen ornithologist who was once rescued at sea after being stranded in a thunderstorm. United by a passion for world travel, they are the Globetrotters. So that's a team of cultured and well-travelled individuals. What are the weaknesses?
Well, I think we all have our own individual weaknesses, plenty of them really, but we cover for each other quite well, so hopefully nothing will come up that will fox all of us at the same time.
You are playing tonight. On my left, Howell Carver, an engineering graduate and accomplished musician who's halfway through a PhD on simulating blood flow in the head. Michael Wallace, a maths graduate and statistician who once won a national limerick competition for his poem about fantasy football. And their captain, Jamie Carran, a hospital doctor who can recall all 649 Pokémon by name and once toured the USA with his handbell choir. United by a passion for Pictionary, they are the board gamers. So how will a love of board games help you with this particular game?
Well, it's a bit more sort of to the intellectual side of things than Pictionary, but the kind of games we like are intensely nerdy, like things like Settlers of Catan and Dominion. So there's that side of thing, being a huge geek will hopefully help with this. But then, to play board games, you also need to be sort of sociable, because you need to talk to other people sometimes. I think there are single-player board games as well. But it's that intersectionality that brings us the power to win, maybe.
That is fantastic. It's like listening to myself talk, apart from the sociable bit. Let's start with round one. This is where I simply want to know what is the connection between four apparently random clues. Nobody's going to be knocked out today, of course, in our new format. You just take the quick route or the slow route, depending on how well you do. Globetrotters, you won the toss, but you've decided to put the board gamers in first. So, board gamers, please choose an Egyptian hieroglyph.
I think we've got to have the lion come first. Anyone? Yep, lion.
Ah, the music question immediately. Let's get that right out of the way. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first. We have no memory tonight. We have the sun.
Next. You have to recognise that. Next.
You've abandoned me. Love don't live here anymore.
Next one, is that the brand new hits? Oh, it might be.
Just
Next. Okay, 3 seconds.
3 seconds.
They're all related by colour.
Well, I'll accept it. Can you be any more specific?
Well, the last one was Get This Party Started by Pink. The other one was Professor Green Jazz Orchestra.
Ah, I see where you've gone wrong. No, we heard from Scarlet Fantastic, Ruby Turner and Rose Royce. It's actually shades of red and pink.
Okay.
But they are connected by colour, so very well done. You get a point. And it's over to the Globetrotters to pick a question.
We'll have the Eye of Horus, please.
The Eye of Horus. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Switch one. Any ideas? No. Next, please. Monaco, France. Could be. I've never heard of this one. No, but possibly, yeah. Next. I think we've gone between two different countries.
Were part of a country.
Yeah, because Monaco's probably part of France and
probably
Italy,
part of
perhaps.
France.
Berwick's been part of Scotland and England. Yeah, next.
It's like Hong Kong. Sweden. Yeah.
3 seconds.
Yeah.
We think they are... the first bit is the name of obviously a town or a city, and the next bit is where they used to be located but are now no longer.
So you're thinking that Swansea used to be in England?
It doesn't make much sense, I agree.
How would it have got there?
Totally held together,
I think I know now.
Not the answer, I'm afraid, so I'm going to go over to the board gamers for a possible bonus point.
They're previous capitals of countries that have now been subsumed into other countries.
So you also think that Swansea used to be in England?
No,
How
I
did
think-
it get there?
I think Swansea used to be in Wales, but then England was like, "Oh, we really want Swansea," and then they did.
So you think Swansea is now in England?
Yeah, is it not?
You know you're in Cardiff now, right?
Not massively.
And you know if you hadn't got off the train, you'd have ended up in Swansea,
Okay,
because you'd have been going further into Wales.
but what is Wales really?
Yeah, it's a very good question, but we don't have time to debate that. I'm
Is
going
the
to tell you
answer
the answer.
that
Yes?
they're football teams that play in that country,
exactly,
even
yes.
though they're...
That is what they are. They are football teams playing in non-native leagues.
Pretty good.
Too late, though, I'm afraid. You are absolutely right. Swansea City is a Welsh side playing in England. That's what Swansea's doing. They're boosting in a German side playing in Switzerland. Monaco plays in France. Berwick in Scotland, although Berwick, I think it's in the borders, but it's technically English. So they are all football teams playing in a non-native league. No bonus point for you then, board gamers, but you may choose your own question.
Horned viper.
OK, what is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Well, that doesn't sound like it would work. Next.
These are going to be like ridiculous inventions, but I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Like this.
What? Oh, yeah.
No, I don't know.
Next. So, there's our paint. So, like, the next one could be...
I think we need the next one, though, don't we? Because we've got 10 seconds.
Yeah, next. Okay.
I think we just
3 seconds.
They're all things of the order of a chocolate teapot, such that they're inventions that are ridiculous or wouldn't work or sort of oxymoronic.
I can't take that answer, I'm afraid, so I am going to pass it over to the Globetrotters for a possible bonus.
We were going to say fool's errands.
You're both in the right area. They sort of do exist, and they're not all oxymoronic, because iron birdseed, I mean, you could have it, couldn't you? It would be a sculpture. They are all products manufactured by the Acme Company and bought by Wile E. Coyote. He's trying to catch the Roadrunner, the jet-propelled unicycle. He takes him over a cliff. Dehydrated boulders. You're just supposed to add water, but he does that while holding one over his head. It falls on him. Invisible paint. He becomes invisible and then is immediately run over. Okay. And the iron birdseed, anyone know what happens when he uses that?
He feeds Roadrunner, so Roadrunner can't run fast.
Yes.
And then...
But
Roadrunner
it'll go
who
hilariously wrong.
Uses a magnet to get yes, that's it, yeah.
That's what it is. He feeds it to the Roadrunner, and then he has this giant magnet to try and catch the bird, but instead the magnet draws him into the path of a train. Genuinely, I mean, I know there's all these sophisticated comedies nowadays, but that, I think, is honestly the funniest thing that's ever happened. So, no points there. Globetrotters, your turn to choose a question.
We'll have twisted flax, please.
The twisted flax, what's the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Yeah, next. Curly and of Macy's men. Any idea at all? I don't know that.
I don't know.
Don't play at all. Next. Oh, they all wore one black glove, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, is that sounds reasonable? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
great.
They all wore one glove.
They all wore one glove. You didn't need to see the last clue, which was a baseball fielder also wears one glove. That is absolutely right. People who famously wore a single glove. Coming in after 3 clues, you get 2 points. Very well done. Back to you, board gamers.
2 reeds.
2 reeds you thoughtfully choose. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
The world, 1804. Next.
Wasn't 2012 when it went on the stock market?
Yeah. How about that?
Just the world.
Well, Le Monde, the French newspaper or something, right?
So let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Next. Oh, okay.
2009.
Next.
3 seconds.
The connection is stock exchanges.
Oh, no, it really isn't. So there's a bonus chance for you, Globetrotters.
We think this is the year that each of these things passed 1 billion people.
And you are absolutely right. Isn't that terrifying? 1804, 1 billion people in the world. 178 years later, 1 billion people just in China.
Yeah.
Yes, it is to do with numbers and populations when they reached 1 billion. Very well done. You get the bonus and you also get the final question, water. I suspect it's going to be the picture question because we haven't had that yet. What is the connection? Here's the first clue.
Next. Oh, it's Professor Green. Yeah. Next. Oh, that's Queen Latifah. Oh, so it's all people with... Is Professor his real name?
No.
As in, no.
Shall we do the next?
Yeah, I'll take next. That's Prince Nassim.
So they've taken, like, titles for their first name?
Yeah. They all have titles as their first names.
Do you want to tell me any more?
So it's titles they've not earned, basically, or don't deserve.
That is absolutely right. They are all using titles in their names they have not actually earned. Professor Green, who you mentioned earlier, the singer or rapper of some sort, Queen Latifah, Prince Nassim Hamid, the boxer, and the first picture is of whom?
Lady someone?
It is Lady Bird Johnson, the wife of Lyndon B. Johnson. So yes, all using titles to which they are not entitled. Well done. At the end of round 1, the board gamers have got 1 point. The Globetrotters are ahead with 4. Round 2 is the sequences round. I want to know this time what comes fourth in the sequence. Teams, you may see a maximum of 3 clues before telling me, but fewer than that, of course, you get more points. Board gamers, you're going first again. What would you like?
Yep, lion, again.
Lion again. OK, what would come fourth, do you suppose, in this sequence? Here's the first.
Next.
Unless it's 4 parts of the 5 parts of 4 sides, so like 7, 9. Oh no, yeah? Should we go for that? Or do we think
No, I think go for it.
Yeah.
Yep. 7 Harry Potter.
I will take that answer, and well done. How will you stop them going for another clue?
Oh.
You can see them both now. We went with the Chronicles of Narnia.
We had that as well.
Why? What's the connection?
They are numbers of books in a series. So Forsyte Saga is 5, as it says up there. And then, yeah, I don't know. You can't really get much more explanatory than that, I don't think.
No, that was absolutely as explanatory as I'd hoped it would be. It's a literary series of increasing length, and we wanted to hear something with 7. I hope to hear à la recherche du temps perdu. You went with Harry Potter. Question writers went with the Chronicles of Narnia. So that's lovely. Very well done. Coming in after 2 clues, you get 3 points. Globetrotters, back to you for a go.
We'll have the Horned Viper, please.
Horned Viper. What's the fourth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Yeah. Get next. No. Brown cow. So cow. So what would
4-stomached animal, I don't know.
anything relating to a cow, an animal with 4 stomachs or something like that.
I was hoping you'd name one of my old school friends, but yes, something that denotes a cow. Very well done. Also coming in after 2 clues, you get 3 points. Very well done. We're heating up. Back to you, board gamers, to make a choice.
Eye of Horus.
All right. What is the fourth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Well, it's probably the right person.
Next.
It's x to the 5, so it's like x cubed, but more so. Yeah, are we going to go for that? Do we think?
Wait, hang on, you've got to tell me how to describe this then.
Are we sure that's what it's going to be?
Well, oh, come on, it's a sequence.
It's meant to be x squared. That is not what x squared looks like.
Okay, fine.
It's much flatter than x squared, but...
Wait, tell me.
Unless it's going backwards.
No,
that's
x cubed.
No, that's going to be x cubed. That's x squared, and it's going to be x, so it's going to be y equals x, so it's going to be a straight line, so that's much easier to describe.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
What? Okay.
So it's going
You don't really lost, Jamie. Go on, have a go.
Can you say it?
Anyone can answer.
So a graph with the line sort of y equals x, so a line with gradient 1. through the origin.
I will accept that answer. That is absolutely right. They are graphs representing x to the power of 4, 3, 2 and 1 and exactly a diagonal line or gradient 1. That is absolutely it.
So bad, that is.
So very well done for the points, and back to the Globetrotters to make a choice.
Twisted flax, please.
The twisted flax. OK, what is fourth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Right, next. Head. Right, yeah. Oh, right, yeah. Fletch.
No, the long thing.
All right, so it's head, sure?
Head.
Yep. Okay. Head.
I'm afraid that is not the answer, so I'm going to show the third in the sequence to the board gamers for a possible bonus.
Barrel, so point.
I can't give you long.
Warhead.
Point.
Point.
I'm going to have to take your first answer, I'm afraid. It is not warhead, it is point.
Oh, no.
But you had said warhead. I'm terribly sorry. I think, Globetrotters, you knew what the connection was. What is this?
We thought it was parts of an arrow working from the back up, but it's not, obviously. So,
No.
so we got it, yeah.
When I heard you muttering about Fletch earlier, you would expect to see Fletch if it was an arrow. It's a dart, simply a dart.
Right.
So point is the top of it.
Yeah.
So no bonus points, board gamers, but you do get the chance to choose a hieroglyph.
Excellent. Water, please.
Water. What's the fourth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Oh, God. So, adenine, guanine, cytosine, thymine. So is it just coming in alphabetical order?
Whatever, people. ACGT, thymine the most obvious one.
Yes.
Go for it, start. Okay.
So help what other order could you put them in?
I think
It has to be alphabetical, but could it be purines and pyrimidines are both...
Yeah, but what else could it be?
within them.
What else could it be? What else is adenine?
It could be uracil, if they were really being
No, but it's not
evil.
going to be.
Okay.
What do people...
It's thymine.
Brilliant. Coming in after one clue, you get 5 points. Very well done. As a matter of fact, I heard you saying if we were being evil, it would be uracil. I would have accepted uracil.
Oh, man, that would have been really cool.
Can you explain why?
Yeah, because it's the bases that make up, well, DNA and other compounds that are like
DNA
that.
or RNA?
Yeah, well, DNA, RNA...
Well, if it was RNA, it would be uracil.
You can make other things, though, with them, right?
Okay.
And it's them in alphabetical order.
You're absolutely right. They are the basis of DNA or RNA. Very well done. Globetrotters, one question remains. 2 reads. Picture questions. What's going to be in the last picture? Here's the first.
Could be next. That's Kevin Peterson. Yeah, next.
Is it a record?
KP. LP. So,
Okay,
so it'd be JP, Justice of the Peace, I guess. KP, LP, so something. MP, yeah. A Member of Parliament.
Can you give me a better example?
Picture of a member of Parliament.
Harriet Harman.
Is that your go-to?
I'm going to give you the point. As I heard you saying, this is a JP, Kevin Peterson, known as KP, long playing record, or LP, and we went with Alistair Darling for an MP. Troubles me slightly that it took you so long to think of an MP.
Well, there was some I didn't want to mention, so I thought I'd just go past them and then choose one that was a bit better.
Fair enough. At the end of round 2, then, the Globetrotters have got 9 points. The board gamers are ahead with 12. 4 clues at a time, not enough, you say? How about 16? It's time for the connecting wall. Globetrotters, it's your turn to go first this time. Would you like lion or water?
We'll have the lion wall, please.
OK, I'd like you to sort this into 4 connected groups of 4. You've got 2.5 minutes, starting now.
Beautiful South, Perfect 10,
yeah.
Rotterdam, A Little Town, and I don't know.
Hollywood?
Playboy? No. Hollywood could be right, yeah. Right. Yeah. Actually, no, 3060 I think is one, actually. So,
Oh, is it?
Yeah, and what was the other one?
Oh,
again?
but Perfect
Of
10.
Time, yeah, there we go. Yeah.
OK.
We've got
Galaxy
board
Ford
games.
cars, Ford
Yeah.
Fiesta, Escort, Galaxy.
Yes, and Cougar is
Oh,
that
is-
one. Yeah.
Right.
Right, so it's
3 strikes and you're
pause
out
at this
now.
point.
Ravensburger,
They do, yeah, Waddington's,
Waddington's,
Parker,
Brothers.
and Mayfair, I think. It's got Brazilian,
Oh, these,
Playboy,
okay,
French.
these are all types of bikini wax.
Ah, right.
French,
Those 4.
Hollywood, Brazilian and Playboy are all types
yeah.
So this is
Okay,
an
so we know
opportunity
that.
to have a minute of dead time.
Well, should we check? Because what if it's
Yeah,
wrong?
let's go for it. And
You sure?
Yes, no problem.
Solve the wall. Don't worry, I can create a minute of dead time on BBC4 all by myself. Don't worry about that. OK, 4 points immediately for finding the groups. What about the connections? Perfect 10, 36D, Rotterdam, A Little Time.
They're all songs by the Beautiful South.
They are indeed. You weren't sure about 36D, 1992. That was a song of theirs. What about this? Galaxy, Fiesta, Cougar or Cougar Escort.
They're all cars made by Ford.
They are types of Ford car that are sold in the UK. This one, Parker Brothers, Mayfair, Waddington's, Ravensburger.
They're all board game manufacturers.
They are companies that publish board games. Probably just as well the board gamers didn't get that one. You might have thought you'd been a bit unlucky.
I went for the Lion Wall. It's their favourite.
Or as it's known here, the Board Game Wall. And this last group, French, Brazilian, Hollywood, Playboy.
I think I'll pass to Sudha to explain this one.
They're all types of bikini wax.
They are indeed all types of bikini wax.
Well done.
You didn't fall for it at all. There was a whole fake group in that wall. Can you see what it is? You see, I'm so glad you can't.
see what it is.
Oh, they've
Playboy, Mayfair.
like magazines.
Playboy, Mayfair,
Perfect.
Fiesta.
Yes. Perfect.
I shouldn't be at
Escorts,
all
yeah.
surprised if 36D... There was a whole fake
Yeah.
group of racy magazines. I love you for not seeing that. It means you're living right. Very well done. And your reward for having no idea about these terrible magazines is 4 points for the groups you found, 4 points for the connections, an extra 2 points for never having heard of Mayfair. That is a total of 10. It's the maximum. So very well done. The board gamers are probably itching to play something or other by now if they haven't been playing Monopoly waiting for us. So time to bring them in and give them a new connecting wall. It's the water wall for you, board gamers. 2.5 minutes, of course, to solve it. Starting now.
And the Clash, the Damned.
Yep, the Jam, the Undertones, probably.
Never mind, Buzzcocks were a band as well. What's Sikorsky?
Oscar Sikorsky was a murderer or something? I think there is a Sikorsky who was a murderer.
Concrete Jars. What else would that be? And Jam Jars. And Bell Jars.
And probably Leyden Jars or Sikorsky. Sikorsky Jars? Try Sikorsky Jars. And then Kill the Jars. Try those and we'll look at the other things.
Andy Marr is someone.
Yeah. Andy Cole is someone.
That's true.
Annie Oakley.
It's like Leiden.
Well, Factor 5 Leiden is like a blood clotting thing, as in it could be a scientist or a chemist or something. Augusta Westland. Maybe a helicopter manufacturer? I don't know.
No, it doesn't look like we've got.
Anne Robinson, Annie Oakley. Are there any other Annes, potentially? Anne Simpson.
We had the Damned. Do you know anything about these people?
Who's Kilner? Is it?
Have we tried the Buzzcocks and the Undertones as band ones with those in them?
Band. Also, that's never mind the Buzzcock.
Oh, hang on.
Yeah.
Clash and jam are both verbs meaning to screw something up or something. To mar something is to ruin something, and then find a fifth one, or just try everything if we can't.
So we've not got much time for that.
Doesn't matter.
Wow. Do you really think that's it? We haven't even got a word one.
No. Annie Oakley, Anne Robinson.
The Jam could be lots of things, couldn't it? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Oakley makes sunglasses.
Yep.
I
Undertones.
think you've tried this already, but those three seem most likely to be bands.
Yeah. So we're definitely going to go with bands. We need to work out what our groups are going to be. We need to go with bands. We need to go with
30 seconds.
Andrews or Anns.
Maybe.
Are there any other presenters other than that?
I mean, isn't Simpson John Simpson's a news presenter? Andy Marr's a news presenter.
This is going super well.
Robinson is a presenter. Kilmer or maybe late Leiden.
Okay, so we're going with jars, we're going with bands, we're going with
10 seconds now.
news presenters, or potentially Anns.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, well, that's good effort.
Ah, you're out of time, defeated by the wall, but there are still plenty of points available for the connections, so let's see what you should have found. There we go, the first group, Cole, Marr, Simpson, Oakley.
Okay, so these are all news presenters.
I'll accept it. They're actually political editors. They've all been political editors of the BBC, but they're not any more news presenters, quite right. Next group, Bell, Augusta Westland, Sikorsky, Robinson.
They're all
They make helicopters.
Helicopter manufacturers.
They are all helicopter manufacturers. I think you only recognised Augusta Westland.
Yeah.
How
only
did
the
I
last
don't
minute.
even know that I knew that. So that's, you know, that's a bonus for me.
Well, that's what this quiz is all about. Well found in the reaches of your mind. The next group, Kilner, Leyden or Leiden, Canopic, Jam.
These are jars. I'm sure. Yeah, frustrated that we didn't get that one.
They're all jars. Yes, Canopic, people might not know, an ancient Egyptian vase for holding entrails. It's not what I call mine, but some people do. I thought you might know that one. You're a doctor. I've never met one with that sick sense of humour. And this last group, Clash, Damned, Buzzcocks, Undertones.
If you put the in front of them, they are all
They're just
bands.
bands, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
British punk rock bands.
Okay.
So you didn't find any groups, but you did get 4 points for the connections. Let's see what that does to the scores going into the final round. The board gamers have got 16 points. The Globetrotters have got 19. And if you were shouting, but there's another group. They're all magazines I've found in my husband's shed. Then maybe you'd like to improve your skills on our website, where you'll find plenty of Vowels to play and you can even write your own. We're going to play the Missing Vowels round now, though, where, of course, we have taken vowels out of well-known names, phrases and sayings, squidged up the consonants, and I want to know what the phrases are. Fingers on buzzers, teams. The first group are all Irish novelists. Board gamers.
Cecilia Ahern.
Correct. Globetrotters.
Owen Colfer.
Correct. Board gamers.
James Joyce.
Correct. Board gamers.
Bram Stoker.
Yes. Next category, ranks in the British forces. Board gamers.
Officer cadet.
Correct. Board gamers.
Colour Sergeant.
Correct. Globetrotters.
Admiral of the Fleet.
Yes. Globetrotters.
Air Vice Marshal.
That's right. Next category, phrases used in letting adverts. Board gamers?
All mod cons.
Yes. Board gamers?
Gas central heating.
Correct. Board gamers?
Inclusive of bills.
Yes. Globetrotters?
Unfurnished flat.
I'm afraid that's not it. There's a possible point for you board gamers.
Furnished flat.
That's right. Next category, sweet and savoury biscuits. Board gamers.
Bath Oliver.
It is Bath Oliver, and that bell means it's the end of the quiz. And in a missing vowel turnaround, the Globetrotters finish on 21 points, but the winners with 26 points, it's the board gamers. So, board gamers, you are on the fast track towards the semi-finals. You only have to win one more game. Globetrotters, you're on the slower road. You've got to win at least a couple more. So we'll be seeing you all again. And I hope we'll be seeing you again for more 007-level code breaking. Next week, we'll find out who's driving the Aston Martin and who's in the ejector seat. Goodbye.
Visit bbc.co.uk/onlyconnect to play Only Connect online and for a chance to apply for the next series. Here on BBC4 this evening, Lucy Wesley's investigating our relationship with Murder Most Foul in part 2 of Very British Murder next. And then back at Gossington Hall with Miss Marple and the Body in the Library at 10.